Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. We got another scroll effect for you today. We're using the fantastic Divi theme. If you look down towards the bottom of the screen there, we got three little modules about to come in. I'm going to have them fade in, grow and spin into position when we get up to about 70%. And the ones below, I got them doing it at about 60%. Really easy to do. There's no coding involved in this today. We're using the inbuilt effects that we've got with the Divi theme itself. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is enable the Visual Builder. Okay, once enabled, let's go down to where we want to work. The layout we're using today is the free Divi payment processing layout. And we've got three little columns there with three little blurb modules inside them. And let's just get rid of these rows here. And we'll start from scratch with these ones we've got here. So we've got a row with three columns in it. The column background is actually the blue bit there. The blurb module is just sitting on top of it. Okay, well let's go into our first little blurb module here. I'm not going to style these or add any content. Obviously, put in whatever titles and things you want for your blurb content. Choose the image or icon that you want. And once you're happy, you'll have it inside a little column like that. Now, to achieve the effect that we want, when it's at the bottom here, I don't want to see it. Then I want it to twist and grow when it comes in and be fully visible about there. So what I'm going to do is go over to my advanced, down to the scroll effects. And the first thing we'll do is visibility. So when it's down there, I really don't want to see anything at all. So put it about there where I want it. Here's the actual fading in and out one. Just left click on that. Hit the switch to enable it. And I want it absolutely invisible right there. So if I go down, it's starting to fade out, but it's coming in too quickly. So I'm going to slide my viewport bottom slider up just a little bit, till it disappears where I want it. About there, 27, that's fine. So it'll start fading in after that. That's absolutely fine, but it's coming in a little too quick. If we look at the 50% mark, it's 100%. I don't want it in quite as quick as that. I want it in at about 70%. So if I just roll this up to where it says 70%, there we go, 100% at 70%. And you can have different variations if you want by moving the viewport top and bottom. Viewport is the viewable area of whatever screen you're looking on. So if I roll down now, yeah, that's disappeared, and it should come back slowly and be fully in, yeah, about there, 70%. Fantastic, great. So the next thing we want to have it do is we want to have it spin in. So I'm going to flip it by 180 degrees. And then have it come around the right way at the same as this one, which is about 70%. So look, we'll do that with rotation. If we look over here, we've got rotation. I'm going to hit the little switch to enable rotating. And by default, it's set to 90. If I roll down now, you can see it's going to sort of take it to 90. It's disappearing before we get there because of the fade. I'm going to set mine to 180. Then when we roll up, it's going to come back in. But I don't want it fully rotated back around the other way until we get up to 70%, a little bit higher, because it's actually finishing up at 50% right about there. So again, all I'm going to do is drag this slider up to about 70%. And we'll have it 0 at 70. That way, when it gets up there, it'll work perfectly. So great, we've got our fade and we've got our roll. Next thing I want to do is to have it grow. I want it to be small and then get bigger as it sort of comes in there. So let's start at the bottom here. And for this I'm going to use scaling, which is basically getting bigger or smaller. Again, I'm going to hit the little trigger, switch it on. I want to start at a very small, it's starting at 70% of the normal size. I'm going to start it at say 20%. As you can see, it's pretty small down there, and it's growing and it's growing. And now at 50% it's full size. Again, I don't want it full size till it gets to the 70, so exactly the same. I'm going to pull this up to 70%. And have 100. Or you could pull it down and you could have it at 30%, 50% of the size. And then you could bring this one down to 70. And have it at 100, and it'll do exactly the same thing pretty much. But because I'm going to have them all common, I'm going to put that back up to 100. I'm going to pop this one back up to 70. Just if you wanted to give it more stages, you've got the option to do so there with more detailed sort of scroll effects. So there we go. It's disappeared, it's small, it's up the other way, it's coming in. When it gets to 70%, boom, it's the right way up. Fantastic. Okay, well, I want that on the rest of these right here. So the easiest way of doing that is to hover over the module that we're on, right click. Once the drop down comes up, we'll roll down and hit extend blurb styles. I want to extend it in the rest of this row. That's a separate row down below. So I'm going to select this row, hit extend. I should have done all of them now. There we go. As we're rolling down now, they're growing, appearing in, and doing what we want. But we kind of want that second line to do similar thing, but we want the second line to come in a little earlier. Maybe it's 60 or even 50%. So for expediency, what I'll do is I'll delete this little row down here. I'll just duplicate this one above. 2 little squares to duplicate. And yeah, I want those in earlier. So what I'm going to go in, I'll go into this first one, and I want everything correct about there, which is probably about 50%. So let's go into that first one. Go over to the advanced scroll effects. Okay, we've got our fade. Actually, the fade I'm going to leave as it is. Scale, I'm going to take down to, say, 50%. That looks about right. And also the rotate, we want it to finish at about 50%. Well, I'm going to take it down to basically when it's the right way round when we're there. So it's a little earlier, 39–40%. And I think I need to take that fade down a little bit more because it's not quite fully in. It's fully in up there. So we will go into the fade. Take the fade down. Let's take that down to there. That looks like it's in fully. Fantastic. Great. So we've got a different rotation for that second one, but it should be in about the same time as that top one's at 70%. So if we're happy with the second row there, let's just save everything here. I'm going to right click and extend the blurb styles again. And again, I want to extend them to the row. There we go. Let's save our changes and make sure this is all going to work on the front end. So there's our little page right there. There's a little hero section at the top when we roll up. There's our first few modules going to roll in, and the second few modules are in about the same time. There we go. That's a nice little scroll effect to have on your site. Like I say, no coding involved with this today. We're just doing it with the inbuilt features of the Divi theme itself. Could take that second one down a little bit so it comes in slightly quicker, but that's not too bad. So there you go, guys. That's how to create an effect using rotate, fade and grow. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and WebDesignerTechTips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.